My art practice is basically working with discarded materials, so materials that often have a very low prescribed value. They're often materials that we recycle, but they're also often materials that end up in landfill. So I work with things like plastic bottles and milk cartons and aluminium cans and cardboard and paper and just all sorts of things that people give very little thought to before they throw them into the bin. But the best one was at the art school.
Last year we decided as a school and a staff to start focusing on sustainability, and Andy just slotted in brilliantly because his area of interest is recycling and consuming and reusing materials around the school, and we had no idea how much of it there would be until Andy started collecting everything on a daily basis.
It was very important for me using non-traditional materials, that I have a very open studio and that staff and students can see what I'm doing and see the time and effort that goes into getting the materials, sorting them, cleaning them before I even start making art. Interestingly,
Andy would be working in the class with the students, showing the students the sort of artworks that he was doing. He didn't have the class on his own, but he would just be there working. And a practicing artist is so important to have in a school. Students will just walk up to him and say, "That's really strange, what are you doing?" And so Andy's able to relay what it is that he's making, why he's making it, what the expectations are, what the outcomes will be, where it's going to be exhibited.
I first came out here late last year and I was a bit taken aback by the school, and I had known that the previous school had burnt down and this was the primary school, and I walked in here and I just felt like a place in transition. So there's all these plans, there's already things starting to be built while I'm here. Looking around the school where I'm going to set up my work, it's like, well, you know, that might be here, might not be here later, so you don't really know, which is kind of I guess beautiful in a way, because that ties in with my work, because my work is very transportable and it's relatively simple to make, and it's something that anybody could continue working with. So once the new buildings go up and we can see places where the installation may go on, because I've only had so much time here in the school, other students can take on the work and continue making it, and it's something that can be remade anywhere around the school.
Last year in third term we heard that an artist in residence is going to come to our school and work here in the art room on our campus, and I thought it was really good. We didn't know what was going to go on, like what he was going to do or anything, but we looked up his website to see what it was about.
My usual idea was art was pencil, paper, you know, paint. And he made like cans and plastic bags, and you can mix all that together and what people throw away, and I thought that was really cool.
Well, it's not every day to see people make art out of rubbish. Yeah, like why throw rubbish away when you could just recycle it and all that, make art out of it. Yeah.
There's some really amazing and talented artists in this school, and it's really some really amazing things happening, and I think there's huge potential here in Bridgewater. There's already some really exciting things going on. I think, personally, I think it's a really amazing place. I think it's a really beautiful place here at Bridgewater.
Because this is such a rural and isolated community, the students do not get out a lot, and the fact that we've had Andy coming to the school and working with the students and being there every day with the students, he's created a curiosity which has been noticed since his arrival. And the stories that Andy tells are really fascinating.
Tell us stories that, you know, about how the Coke can was first got its colours, you know, Santa Claus and stuff like that. He'd tell us all these really bizarre, cool stories that you'd never usually would find out, and it was really bright. And he was a really cool dude.
The fact that with Andy's personality, he's shown that art can be so much fun as well. And it's his sense of humour that's engaged students as well. So they can see that not all the artwork has to be serious, but it can have a humorous side as well. But that's very engaging.
The program's been, for me personally, it's very well supported and funded, and as an artist, especially working with pretty different non-traditional materials and sort of fairly conceptual sort of work, to be given this opportunity to be here is really special. Yeah, it's very significant for me.